Today, we're delving into a riveting moment in English history, the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Interestingly, a key player in this conspiracy was Thomas Percy. Now, Jane, Thomas Percy's early life is somewhat obscure, but where did his story truly begin?
Thomas Percy was born around 1560, and not much is known about his early years aside from his matriculation at Cambridge in 1579. His rise in prominence began when he became constable of Alnwick Castle under his cousin, the 9th Earl of Northumberland.
His connection with the Earl of Northumberland seems pivotal. How did these ties play into Percy's later involvement in the Gunpowder Plot?
Percy's nobility ties granted him significant responsibilities and exposure, particularly when serving Northumberland's interests and engaging in clandestine communications with King James VI of Scotland. However, these engagements led to his disappointment with James, fueling his involvement in the plot.
The broken promises of King James regarding religious tolerance seem to be a critical point of contention. How did Percy become formally involved in the plot to assassinate the king and his ministers?
After feeling betrayed by James, Percy joined Robert Catesby, another disillusioned Catholic, in May 1604. Percy provided crucial logistics support, including funding and securing property for the plot, which notably included the space beneath the House of Lords.
It sounds like Percy was inextricably linked to the plot's logistics. What was the plan, and how was Percy supposed to carry it out?
The plan was audacious. They intended to blow up the House of Lords during its state opening, assassinating King James and his court. Percy was to remain in London and, if possible, capture Prince Henry, while other conspirators captured Princess Elizabeth, aiming to instigate a Catholic uprising.
But something alerted the authorities. What unraveled their plot in the end?
The infamous Monteagle letter warned William Parker, the 4th Baron Monteagle, to avoid Parliament that day, which eventually reached King James. This led to a search and the arrest of Guy Fawkes guarding the explosives.
And what was Percy's response upon learning the plot was discovered?
Realizing their scheme was exposed, Percy fled London towards the Midlands with other conspirators. Their flight ended at Holbeck House, where they faced a last stand against the sheriff's forces.
So, Percy's end came at Holbeck House. Was he killed in the firefight there?
Indeed, Percy and Catesby reportedly died from the same musket ball in the clash at Holbeck House, a demise as dramatic as the conspiracy itself. Posthumously, their heads were displayed outside Parliament, grim reminders of the plot's failure.
Thomas Percy's involvement in the plot had ripple effects, didn't it? How did this impact the Earl of Northumberland?
Though uninvolved, the Earl of Northumberland was imprisoned in the Tower of London due to suspicions and inadequate defenses against the allegations, highlighting the broader impact of Percy's actions beyond his death.
A fascinating, albeit grim, chapter of history. Thanks for illuminating this facet of the Gunpowder Plot, providing context and detail on Thomas Percy's role. This conspiracy blended ambition and desperation quite vividly.
Absolutely. It serves as a potent reminder of the religious tensions and political intrigues of the time, each contributing to the conspiring men's motives and eventual downfall.